Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here today. So today's message is going to be for high priestesses. I've been noticing a theme lately that Spirit really wants me to start talking to readers, coaches, those who are here to assist others in their spiritual work, predominantly spiritual advisors, guru, whatever label you call it. Doesn't really matter. The label is irrelevant. Those who have spiritual gifts and are being called to use it, sometimes for pay. Most of you, I would hope so. I would hope you get paid for your gifts. Otherwise, it's a curse, isn't it? If your ass is living under a bridge, it's not really a gift, is it? Correct. So, I'm actually getting messages from Spirit that like my readings will take a turn soon. So don't watch if you don't already know your power and know your strength and who you are as a priestess, because I'm going to be talking about biblical stuff soon. I'm going to be talking about apocalyptic stuff. I'm going to be talking about end of days kind of thing. And if you're not here for that, totally cool, but ask if I give a shit, because I don't care anymore to hold back the messages that are coming from the Holy Spirit. In fact, my ass is grass and I'll be damned. Literally. I'll be damned if I don't start speaking the truth about what I'm getting from the Holy Spirit. So, with that said, if you don't like the whole apocalyptic theme here, go ahead and unsubscribe, honey. Thank you for supporting as long as you have. It's just we're not going to be a good fit anymore. You're not going to like my readings going forward because starseeds get it. Like the real ones get it, you know? They understand what day it is. They understand the day of the Lord when they see it, you know? Anyway, it's nothing to be afraid of. In fact, I got a dream last night, and it was very apocalyptic. There was the apocalypse occurring, and I was pulled out by an angel and told that a sacrifice needed to be made. One needed to die for the apocalypse to stop. And it's weird because I saw this video on Amazon. It was like I watched a trailer of a video that was very much about this. It was about how the apocalypse has begun, and in order to stop it, someone had to be sacrificed. And technically in the movie, they were making it out to be like really grim. Now, that's not what it is. It's not, when I say sacrifice, I mean starseeds. I mean those of us who came from a higher consciousness here to Earth. Now, a lot of people understand this. A lot of people understand what I'm talking about. A lot more people understand what I'm talking about than I think try to give credit for. Because I know that there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, that's just so weird, Jenna. Like, you're talking about being an alien, being from an outer solar system, or you're being from some other place. Correct. That's exactly right. And so I know that right now a lot of you are feeling called to do something big, but you have this fear. A fear of what? Persecution? That's the sacrifice, right? It's the one that is sacrificing for the sins of many, right? In this instance, it's one of you, one starseed, going into the Hunger Games, all Katniss Everdeen style, and you're volunteering to be in the Hunger Games. Why? To stop the Hunger Games. To help give other people hope in dying times, in trying times, in times of death and famine and hardship. You are now, as a higher consciousness, giving people the ability to see who they are, who you are really. Every single one of us is God. Every single one of us, not just me, not just you, every single one of us. But it took a higher consciousness to know that. It took a higher mind to see it and then to preach about it. So I'm definitely reading for high priestesses anymore. Like, I don't give a shit. I, for a long time, was scared because my readings were going to take a bit of a turn. Okay, like a lot of a turn. But I didn't really have it in me. I thought I didn't have it in me, and I didn't want to be known for this because, you know, it's weird. But you get to the point where you're like, my whole fucking life is weird, though. I am magic. I literally live in magic 24/7. My life is weird. Am I going back out into the real world 9 to 5? No, I'll never do that again. I can't. I can't. I wouldn't even allow myself to get through the front door. I can't do anything like that. And I think that the high priestesses I'm talking to now, it's like that ship has sailed. You are this far deep into it, you might as well go all in or go home. And where are you going to go? What home are you going to go to? What home are you going to go to? Have you turned on the news? Where do you have to go to? Starseed, what family do you have? A lot of you haven't even met your soul family yet. Your star family. A lot of you don't have that. Okay. I haven't even found mine yet. I found one. I found my twin flame, but that's it. And so once I am in union with myself and with him, I will very much be in alignment with my true soul family. But until then, I have to be okay doing this alone. And so do you. Because like I said, the angel that pulled me out, it was a holy angel. There was this village, and they had a storm coming. They all knew it was coming. It was bad. It was going to flood the entire village, and it was like a community. It was a community that knew doom and gloom was coming. And so the angel came, and it looked like a human. This is like, it's an angel, but it's just, you know, in dreams especially, angels don't want to, I don't know, they're humanized in a way, so that you can fully conceptualize it, I guess. Anyway, they came to me and said, it gave me the example of Moana, the movie, because I had just seen a tarot reader who looked like Moana. So that was already in my mind when I went to sleep. And so this angel, I heard an angel said, it's like Moana. Moana's entire village knew that they were about to go without fish, no food. Darkness was taking over their entire island, and Moana was the one that had to sacrifice everything to go do something that she was told by her family not to do, right? And so I kept hearing Moana, Moana in my dreams, which is cool. It's my favorite movie. So it was really cute. Look, Ace of Swords. It was cute that Spirit wanted me to, and then Eight of Swords. I used to be afraid. Look at this, Eight of Swords and the Strength card in reverse. Look, that is so funny. I used to feel so scared, like I wasn't ready for this. But like, not only am I ready, but I've been prepared for this my whole fucking life. Same with you. Like, you have been prepared. You've been prepared. The reason that you can see shit, and you were never allowed to say that you see shit, it was to get you to be prepared for the onslaught of critics that come at you. Oh, that's stupid. You look cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You're an idiot. You're dumb. Magic isn't real. You're so stupid. Oh my God, you're so stupid. Your stupid voice. You were supposed to be able to handle that. Can you handle that? Can you handle that? Can you? I don't know. I mean, most of you have already been trained for this. So can you handle it? I don't know. You tell me. It's not my jurisdiction. I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I know you guys are totally ready. Like, totally. No. It's a personal journey. You're either ready or you're not. So this angel pulled me out, and I kept hearing apocalypse, apocalyptic. And then it was weird. We were going to leave. And I said, when are we leaving? And they said tonight. Because I was thinking it was going to take like a couple weeks. I don't know why, but I thought it was going to take a couple weeks. And they're like, no, tonight. And I was like, okay. And I remember trying to find all my stuff, and I remember trying to be like, okay, well, are you sure though? Do we have to right now? Like, I remember a little bit of hesitation, right? And that hesitation, I think, is what brought me back. Somehow we ended up being brought back to the village. Like, we were getting away, and then something, I can't remember what it was in the dream, but something brought us back, and we had to see the chaos. We had to see people. Okay, so in like one of the visions, it's friendly. It's not too bad. It's PG. But in one of the visions, there was a guy wearing some sort of like helmet, almost like a astronaut's helmet, and these enemy like suction cup drone things. I don't know what they are, but they were like monitoring spirits, and they were stuck to this guy's helmet. And he was like trying to get them off, but he couldn't. Every time another one would show up. And I remember him saying like, God, there's no AC. It's so hot. And then I remember having to, wow. And then I saw Lilo and Stitch too, which is really crazy. Which one's the little alien guy? Stitch? No, Lilo. No, that's Stitch, right? I don't know. I remember High Priestess. I remember having seen this tornado, this vortex of water. It was almost like lava, but it was water, and it was also every cataclysmic timeline you can think of. It was every single projected timeline by every human ever made, created basically, in this just apocalyptic doom. It was like everybody's fear on one timeline. And I remember I had to go into the very bottom of it to go up in the tornado. I had to go like to the bottom to go up into the tornado. And I remember just feeling like this, like I wasn't even scared. I just knew that it was gonna stop things. I was gonna save the world that way. So yeah, there's something about how you guys are creating new timelines for people to believe into, to buy into. You're creating new realities, especially in twin flames, because I read for twins. You and your twin are creating a brand new timeline. Especially having paid off all of your karmic debt and your family's generational curses bullshit, you're going to be able to, as a high priestess and a priest, go into union and then be able to create new timelines using love. 11:11 on the clock. Wow. Yeah. 11:11. See? And Ace of Pentacles. It's like you're giving the world a new opportunity. That's what it is. When I say saving the world from the apocalypse, that's what I mean. It's not so much like you're Spider-Man or, you have the capability of like changing what is already existing. The shit on the news, famine, war, all that. You can't really change that. You can acknowledge that those are realities that already exist and in the hive mind have already been created by a whole bunch of hopeless people, right? Who went to church one day and heard the preacher at a pulpit saying, this is doom and gloom, this is what the afterlife is, this is what apocalypse is, this is who Jesus is, this is who God is, they're gonna smite you down. And so that fear has instilled in the whole world a lot of timelines, a lot of hellish timelines, okay? People don't know that another timeline exists. They don't understand that peace, prosperity, hope, joy, self-sovereignty, and power, true power within, exists. The world has really only ever seen up to this point doom and gloom, disaster, famine, war, price hikes. Think about it. Think about it. It is so normal. It's so normalized in society to always talk about inflation and how prices always go up. When has there ever really been a reality that you and I remember where people were normalizing prices going down? Never. In 100 years. It's always prices gone up, prices gone up, prices. It's always that. It's like to create a new universe, a new reality where people can shift to star seeds and I almost said twilights. Star seeds and twin flames. You guys are coming into union so you can show people a different version of reality. That's how you're going to save people. Twilights. Oh my God. We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, they're going to watch this. They're going to watch you building New Earth. They're going to watch you present what New Earth is. They're going to watch how you already live in it. Again, it's a sacrifice though, guys. It's like the Hunger Games. That's my favorite movie ever. I love the Hunger Games. That is my favorite by far. I mean, I said that about Moana, didn't I? Anyway, I love the Hunger Games. And it's like no one has ever been able to conceptualize a reality in that movie where the Hunger Games didn't exist. They'd all been raised to believe that the Hunger Games exists. This brutal system, brutal matrix, brutal place where you have to fear. But they never saw Katniss and Peeta. Katniss and Peeta knew that they could destroy the entire thing, that they would, bring down the entire system. So in the second Hunger Games, because the first one, they escaped it. But then they had to go right back in again because there was like the 75th Hunger Games, which is like all the people who won, all the strong people who won had to go back and fight each other. Which is indicative of what's happening to a lot of us having to go back into the matrix right now, having to go back into the beast system, having to go back into everyday world stuff, you know, a lot of us high priestesses, we've been hermits for a minute. We haven't had to do shit. We've been just sitting on our ass. I've been sitting on my rump. Not really, look at this, the Hierophant. Not really having to do much because I've been in the higher planes. I'm in the 5D like all the fucking time. But now if I want to actually do something productive, I need to be in the world, not of it. I need to be in the 3D, right? I need to pay taxes, go to the grocery store. I need to, you know, talk to people like maybe a tax attorney one day if I win $75 bajillion, which I'm seriously on the path to receiving. Anyway, the point is, one day you are going to be showing the entire world who has only known lack, loss, poverty, you know, inflation. God, we've normalized it so much that people just expect that shit, which means we as a collective are expecting more and more and more and more hardship. We've normalized it. It's ridiculous that we've done this. It's not anybody's fault. It's society in general. But there's going to be an enlightening happening here with the lovers. These two, Katniss and Peeta, are going to be enlightening the world. Again, up to that point, the 12 districts never saw anyone be able to break through the Matrix. The Hunger Games, they've never been able to see anybody get out of it. They saw people win. Okay, that's one thing. You leaving the Matrix, that's winning. Not having to work a 9 to 5, the rat race, great. But now what? Now you have the knowledge in how to make your life heaven amidst hell. You know how to do that. You know how to get out of your own mind. You know how to silence thoughts. You know how to manifest. You know how to do this shit, right? But now what? Well, now you need to use that and go back into it again. You need to go back into the Hunger Games again. I remember in the movie, that one girl who was on stage before they went back in, because all the big ones were going in, the very powerful people were going back in, and the host was like, "So are you excited to go back in?" And she's like, "Nah, fuck this. I don't want to be there. I fucking hate you guys. Why would you do that to us again, you idiots?" like I remember she was just so pissed. A lot of you are like that. A lot of you feel like that. Like, I don't want to go back in. I don't want to have to see what's on CNN. I don't want to see like the whole world imploding on itself. Look at this, the Star and the Four of Wands. But honestly, the Star and the Four of Wands, you guys will be in nirvana. You'll be in heaven. You don't have to see that shit. Why would you have to see that? You won't. You'll be creating a new reality where you don't see it. You're floating above the fray. You're floating above the chaos. You and your twin are in the 5D, working there at that vibrational level, but yet somehow able to show the world a different version of things, okay? I have heartburn right now and I don't know why. It's weird. Okay, another message, Holy Spirit was, okay, last night, my false twin flame came to me and was channeling through me, and it was so normal. It felt so real. It felt like me, but it's not. When I channel, like, I can channel people. That's just, you know, I have telepathy, the gift of telepathy. But with him, I was really creeped out at how often I might have been always doing that. Like, maybe my boundaries weren't as good as I thought, because he was able to channel through me in a way that I almost, if I weren't paying attention, I would have thought that it was my emotion. I would have thought that it was my consciousness, but it wasn't, it was his. So anyway, he came to me, confessed, started crying and saying, I'm so sorry, I can't believe I did this. Actually, no, I didn't get an apology. I definitely heard I was stupid and I shouldn't have done it. Did I get an apology? Nah, it doesn't matter. I'm cool with it. Point is, as a channel, it was so intense, because the full moon energy is still going on right now, and the 8/8 portal, the Lion's Gate's coming up, that I had to be aware of what was happening without actually like connecting to his emotion. I had to let the emotion flow, but just witnessing it as me, as Jenna, as my higher self. I had to see that it was someone else. I had to see the pain, but it wasn't mine. It was as if, and this is the example I have to say, it was as if he'd been lingering in my energy for a while to try to get this message to me, but I'd been resisting it. Because I didn't trust myself that I would be able to say no if I heard that he wanted me again. So the collective message here is that you guys might be going through something very similar. You might feel like, wait, that's not even my energy. That's not even my sadness. It's not. It's not. It's a fallen collective. It's people who live in regret. A lot of them live in regret because of what they've done to you. Karma is so fucking real. You getting away, you meeting your real one is so real that like the ones that were hoping to have you but never did anything about it, they're getting karma. So what I was hearing was confessional. I kept hearing like nun, priest. A lot of you high priestesses and high priests, you didn't know yet that you were the confessional. You were the confessional. But a lot of you, it's energetic because you're empaths and psychics. It's energetic. It's as a channel, right? It's not like they're coming up to your door and being like, hey, by the way, so sorry. No. One, that takes too much time. Two, you've got a bajillion people to help. And three, no. I mean, that takes too much time. It takes too much time in the 3D. It'll never get there. I'll never talk to this guy again in the 3D ever. So anyway, empath. You are going to have this overwhelming flood of emotion, and it's not yours. And if you're paying attention and you're very cautious and you're conscious of it, you're going to see that it's not your energy, it's someone else's. Okay? It's distraught. It's despair. It's knowing they will never have you again. And I remember there was such a sense of empathy that I had, of sympathy even, which I actually didn't expect because I for the longest time I hated him. I hated what he'd done. I hated that I loved him and he loved me, but he would never say it, and I was the only one that could. And it really, I thought that I'd be so mad that I would just I would hate him. But I noticed last night, I don't hate him. I don't hate anyone. I actually realized, wow, the reason you couldn't speak up was because of my assumptions. Back then, I assumed that he had a throat chakra blockage. I assumed that he was stuck to a third party. I assumed that he wouldn't be able to love me. And so, bada bing, bada boom. He didn't give. He didn't love me. So anyway, now, look, the Hierophant. See, I was getting confessional here with the Pope, right? What you guys need to understand is that you're doing this at a high psychic level. This isn't like people go to a church, close the door, and then confess to you. You're a high priest and priestess. People are coming to you energetically to confess, okay? Now, okay, give me more on that, Spirit. Any more? Yeah. 7 of Cups, exactly. This is the 4D for me. This is the 4th and 5th dimension. When I see this is the astral plane. I feel like a lot of you, it's energetic. It's energetic in nature, and that they're coming in to confess. People that have ghosted you in the past, people that abandon you, right? And I'm really hearing this is a consciousness. This man here, it's a consciousness. It's everyone's consciousness. That's all we are. Really at a soul level, we are consciousness. The I am presence is conscious. It's consciousness. That's all it is. So for about 2 seconds, I was like, oh shit, I'm so sad. And then I thought about it. I was like, this isn't me. And so what really triggered me, and I'm really kind of hoping never happens again, is how susceptible I was to him channeling through me. And I was like, holy shit, has he been able to siphon my energy all of this time? Has he been living his experience? Have I been living through his consciousness this entire time? And that is when this morning I was like, oh shit, no wonder I haven't felt powerful. He doesn't know his power. He doesn't know that he's a magician. He doesn't know his worth. He doesn't know his divinity. So last night when I said, no, I will never be with you ever in a million years, ever. We are done for eternity, forever. That's it, literally forever. When I took back my power, there was this about 10 or 15 minutes of just crying from the heart space. Like, I felt his pain, like the regret, the remorse, the sadness. It reminds me of one time when I was super high, I was baked one day, and I got possessed. This shadow being overtook my body one day. This was years ago. This was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know, something like that. And this shadow figure that I could see in my mind's eye, I didn't even know I was psychic yet, overtook my body, and I was possessed. And the only way I could get it out of me was to envision and visualize, acknowledge that it was mine, first of all. And then I saw this blackness leave my body, and it went out of the house into the treetops, and it just expanded. It just burst into like a million shards of black glass. And I remember that because, well, that was one of many possessions. I've been possessed a lot of times. A lot. I've been possessed. I'm not kidding when I say demon. Like, no, that's for real. And so anyway, last night I was like, holy shit, I thought I was doing better with my boundaries. I thought I was doing better. Like, I thought he couldn't do that. I thought no one could, living or the dead. And so this morning when I was in the shower, I started saying things that were much more me. I am so powerful. I get everything I want. I literally am God. I get everything I want. I'm a powerful master manifester. I get everything handed to me on a silver platter. Literally nothing can be taken from me. I get everything I want. And I started saying that with such conviction. It was the first time I'd said it in a really long time. And it makes me think that the divide between my false twin flame and I now is so great, and I might have transmuted so much of his pain that he can't even be on my frequency anymore. I'm not sure. I was trying to maybe get a card on that for what might be happening to the high priestesses, but I transmuted so much of it so fast. Like it maybe from start to finish, the whole thing lasted a half hour. And I woke up today realizing, like, oh my God, the reason I saw life as hard, challenging, was because of him. He's a very spiritual man, and he knows his shit. He knows his shit about spirituality, all right? But he uses it for dark. Look at Nine of Swords. See, this is what it was last night. This is literally what it was. And so I used to be afraid to speak about this stuff because I used to be channeling him so much of the fucking time. And I'm pretty sure from past lives as well. Like, I couldn't get any of my manifestations either because I kept fucking channeling him. I didn't even know. I became him. As a psychic, I didn't even know. It's like, that's what gained conscious awareness is. That's when you realize that when you know yourself, when you know thyself, you know your soul, you know the divinity within you, you start to realize who that being is versus who other beings are, right? Until last night, I realized, you're not coming with me. I don't care if you cry. I don't care how sad you are. I don't care what you think you're gonna do. You're not going to do it. There's no way you're ever going to be in my story. I don't, and there was this feeling of like, I literally don't care if you cry. I don't care how sad you are. That is just the truth. And when I started saying it with that conviction, like, that is just the truth, I don't want you, it was so overwhelming, the purging that took place. And so I feel like a lot of you might be experiencing this soon. It's as Spirit is showing me that it's like, they can only get so high vibrationally. Like, people who have done shit, like bad shit, they can only get so high vibrationally until the divine is like, no, gatekeeper, like, you're not allowed. You're not gonna go higher. And Jenna has already gone higher, right? The viewer has already gone higher. You can't get there. So they're going to be forced to admit things to you. They're going to be forced to surrender. I heard every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. Look at this with the star. I heard every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. That's what I heard. See, that's why when I talk about apocalyptic stuff, a lot of you are probably like, wow, this is so real though. Or a lot of you are like, this is so stupid. I don't care. I'm going to speak it anyway. Yeah, it was like, once I said, whoa, look, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, see? Once I said it, he was like, I don't care. I'm gonna try again. Okay, go ahead. I've made my decision. It's like the high priest in me. Look at this 5 of fucking cups. Stop. This is crazy. Look. 5, 5, 5. The divine masculine in me was protecting me. My twin flame, me, was like, I don't care what you think. You're not going to have her. I am my twin flame. So again, guys, it's me as a channeler, me as a reader. Things are about to get a lot different. I don't think people understand how much I've ascended. I don't think people get it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't get it. Look at this, how strong I've become. I don't think people understand. I think people think that I was just like this, and I used to be this really flaky girl, this girl who did readings just so she could, like, you know, feed herself, clothe herself, and, you know, be able to, like, live in the world. But I didn't really take the bait. I didn't go back to toxic relationships. I let them in my life to teach me, but I didn't go back into the 9 to 5. I didn't go back into chaos and confusion and addictions, and I didn't do that. I stayed the course, and I don't think people realize how much I stayed the course. And so, I mean, it's cool. I don't care. I'm not here to prove that I've stayed the course to anybody but myself. All I want is my life to be better than it was. And how can it be better if you're sitting there 24/7 channeling a guy who is a past life soulmate who honestly never had the guts to tell you that you were even love? I always saw life through the filter of him. False karmic twin flame, okay? It's a past life thing. He and I both agree with that. It's very much, a lot of past life stuff had come up to the surface last night. So I needed to clear that. I needed to tell him, you're absolutely never 1,000 million years, ever. It is so over. It's crazy. It's donezo. And then I had a dream with my twin flame last night. I had several dreams with him. And in this dream, his ex-girlfriend was offering him something in the dream. And she was like, hey, you know you want me. You know you want me, Queen of Swords. And then I woke up and I was like, no, he doesn't, bitch. I remember I was being shown that all this chaos and conflict for both of us to clear right now, it's stemming from me. It's stemming from me making the decision. Your masculine will follow. Wherever you go, High Priestess, whatever you say, at the end of the day, the universe is going to match their level of effort to yours. Are you fighting for you? Are you saying, I want the best and only the best because that's what I fucking deserve? Okay. No one can do shit then. But I do know that there was this aggression that came up. My false twin was almost aggressive, like, nah, I'm gonna, no. Okay, whatever, no. The tower, okay, nice try. That's never gonna happen again. But the point here is that you guys might be experiencing this very soon. A very tempting offer. 33:33 on the clock. So I was tempted, I said no, and then I saw it in my dream that my twin flame was tempted. He wasn't saying no yet. He was sitting there with her, getting a little too cozy in that vision. A little too cozy. A little too cozy for my liking. But yeah, that's the whole point, is I woke up and I realized, like, wait, no. I run this shit. In my reality, I am chosen 100%. 100%. All the time. Duh. It's my reality. I am God. I am creator of my own reality. So, duh. It was, what it was a reflection. It was, he hadn't said no, but he certainly hadn't said yes. He was being tempted by the motherfucking devil, basically, in that dream. And so I woke up and had to write the story. I woke up and said, no, definitely not. He's absolutely not. No. Nope. That's enough. Shoo. Out you go. No. He doesn't want anything of yours. Ugh. He's throwing it away and throwing it in a dumpster. Ew. No. Bye forever. That's exactly what I said last night, so my masculine has to do the same thing. So let's get a couple. No, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to do another reading because this was too juicy. I'm going to do another one in a second, guys. Thanks for watching.